far?
The EC blocked you. At the meeting, 4 issues crystallized. The first was our demand for a forensic audit, independent, of the register and also the EC's IT system. That was the first. The second was they asking us to provide them with our findings. The third was we saying that you claim you have corrected the errors that we have put out. If so, our work is ongoing. Provide us with your updated version. We will also provide you with our findings so that in us continue our work, we will not even be identifying problems that you've already solved. The fourth was, after all is done, re-exhibit the register so that the ordinary Ghanaian out there. So Jimensa was still asking for audit. True or false?
So what is the flag bearer of the NDC has been engaging some international organizations. I know that he posted some days ago that he's engaged the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, and some of the issues they talked about was about the protest law. I want to find out the NDC as a party also. Which international organizations are you engaged in? Which election observer groups are you engaged in?
Because I've had the privilege in sitting in some of these meetings, some of the discussions are also privileged information. I'll prefer that clearance is given. But let me assure you, the US, the British, the UNDP, ECOWAS, they are all interested in having free, fair and transparent elections. They are interested in having a credible register. That is why the UNDP, long ago at IPAC, I suggested to the EC, your IT department is incompetent. And when I say it, it is not a fluke. You all saw the arithmetic errors during the limited voter registration. We had to be correcting them. During that period, we even hid some of the errors from the public at the point of becoming too embarrassing. So we went to IPAC and presented the rest. And then we added that they should approach the UNDP to provide them with technical support. Ask the EC if they've taken steps. This independent forensic audit, we said that let UNDP facilitate it, so that it's not like it's NDC or MPP. UNDP facilitating, the rest, all interested party can agree on the panel that will audit the register and the IT system. Is it too difficult? It is only difficult because the EC has something to hide. But you see, but wait. The EC is only postponing the audit. We are winning this election. They either accept the audit in 2024 or we conduct the audit in 2025 when President Mahama is the president of the Republic.
Should the Electoral Commission shut its door? What will be the way forward for electoral NDC?
We will cross the bridge as we get there.
How are you going to cross the bridge?
We will cross it.
How are you going to do it?
Trust that we will cross it.
If their windows are shut, how are you going to do it?
Trust that we will cross it.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Text and tell them make you no call me.
And you can see loyalists and party faithfuls are all chanting his name. The place is poised. The atmosphere is charged. Already. The atmosphere is charged. We can see Johnson Asiedu Nketia, the National Democratic Congress National Chairman, just arrived at the scene to enthuse and also charge the party faithfuls to continue with the protest. The National Chairman, General Mosquito, is here.
The demonstration convened a diverse group of participants, including regional executives, constituency leaders, current members of parliament, parliamentary candidates, dedicated party members and supporters, all dressed in red and black. They engaged in singing, drumming and displayed various placards that articulated their grievances regarding the actions of the Electoral Commission. This peaceful protest lasted for 2 hours, commencing at Mfojo Park, proceeding through the Civic Center and Central Market, and concluding at the Volta Regional Office of the Electoral Commission, where significant police presence was noted. The regional executives presented a petition to Eric Japasu, the regional director of the Electoral Commission. During the event, Mauto Agbavito, the NDC Volta regional chairman, addressed the assembled crowd.
There are over 40,000 people on the streets of Volta who are protesting for one thing, and one thing only. We want a sanitized register. We want a credible, free and fair election. We are asking nothing more than the register must be looked at again. We are asking for auditing of the register. Can you believe that there are over 243,000 persons that were transferred without their knowledge? Can you believe that there are over 15,000 transferred and we can't even trace where they were transferred from and to where they went to? So we are calling on the Electoral Commission. If you have nothing to hide, don't run. They should sit with us, sit with all well-meaning Ghanaians. Give us audited register.
Several members of parliament and parliamentary candidates also engaged with the media.
Hear from the AC that is ready to listen to the demands of the NDC, because we believe as a party that the voters register that we have now is not credible enough for the conduct of the 2024 elections. We have identified so many errors that must be corrected.
All we are asking for is for an independent audit of the register. We are not asking for anything unusual. This same independent audit was carried out in 2016. We have done that time without number. It comes to us as strange that the Jean Mensa, Dr. Bosman Asari-led Electoral Commission is refusing to accede to our legitimate demand. Remember that under the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, it is our right to vote. It is our entitlement to have free, fair, credible elections.
The EC has been very stubborn. Very stubborn. We don't know what they are hiding in their cupboard that they don't want us to see. This is a very simple message. We have a lot of irregularities in the register. It's a register for us, Ghanaians, that we have given you opportunity to take care of. And Ghanaians are saying there are a lot of irregularities. Let's sit down and do a forensic audit on the register, the EC. So this is to let the world know that if something happened after or during the election or after the election, the EC must be blamed.
And I think that what is happening in Ghana now, you're all aware, the Electoral Commission, that is a mandated body that must conduct free and fair elections, has actually portrayed their actions, words, and in fact, everything that they're doing right now points to the direction that they're biased. They are not free, they are not fair.
We want to have a united front and a fair playing ground.
You can see that we're all standing well. It shows that we are serious and we are sounding a serious warning to the EC Commission. They should subject the register to audit if you have nothing to hide. And we are serious about it. Nothing more, nothing less.
The Ashanti regional protest began peacefully when party sympathizers marched from the Ashanti Regional Party office at Amakum through and converged at the Regional Coordinating Council where the office of the Electoral Commission is located. Over there, a petition was presented to the EC Regional Director with a week's ultimatum for a positive response. The chaos erupted when protesters encountered a blockade upon reaching the EC office. Here is the national organizer of the NDC, Joseph Yamin, explaining how it unfolded.
We are disappointed in the police because we agree with the police rule. And we wanted to use the entrance of the RCC to the Electoral Commission. But the police gave us reason why it is not possible to use the Electoral entrance of the RCC.
The founder and leader of the Ashanti People's Party, who joined the protest, also called for a forensic audit of the electoral register.
We will come out on November 16th to make a pronouncement of which political party, we the Ashanti People Party, we will back off. So
look, Mr. Bill, you've really exemplified what D looks like in life here today. That's how D, a performance of D, that's how it looks like. Yeah, a pure performance of D. Listen, as I sat there, watch you and watch Sami Jemfi, it's clear that Sami Jemfi has been very clear. He's been very clear, very eloquent. He's been able to articulate his points, and he's won head and shoulders over you. That's how D looks like in life. I told you, this ECA is a bunch of incompetence. A bunch of incompetence. Listen, when we have a new government, the first demonstration we'll be doing will be for us to reconstitute the EC. You can't put party foot soldiers there, and then they'll give you a D performance like this. D! How can you say this register, you would not exhibit it again? How? Listen, let me tell you, based on all the problems NDC has identified, you have no option but to do this independent audit. Okay. I saw that. I heard your mama met U.S. Ambassador Virginia Palmer.
Yes.
Please, Ambassador Virginia Palmer, help us. There must be an independent audit. These guys want to rig this election.
So
they want to rig it and will not allow. Look, on Tuesday, Ghanaians pour out into the streets. Let's go and demonstrate. EC can't take us for granted. Why? Are we kids? In fact, 8 years, you've looted and looted us. You want to help them to loot again another 4 years. We will not allow that to happen. Madam Palmer, please, step in. Yes, step in. Let's have that independent audit. Have you heard? 3,900 and what's the figure? 87 illegal transfer. You think that's a joke? Then the 15,001. Then the 2,000.
243,000.
Can you imagine?
Well,
and you are doing, you think we don't want a D. No more D's. It's either A or it's A. You get out.
All right.
Look, Mr. Bill, you've really exemplified what D looks like in life here today. That's how D, a performance of D. That's how it looks like. Yeah, a pure performance of D. Listen, as I sat there, watch you and watch Sami Jemfi, it's clear that Sami Jemfi has been very clear. He's been very clear, very eloquent. He's been able to articulate his points, and he's won head and shoulders over you. That's how D looks like in life. I told you this ECA is a bunch of incompetence. A bunch of incompetence. Listen, when we have a new government, the first demonstration we'll be doing will be for us to reconstitute the EC. You can't put party foot soldiers there, and then they'll give you a D performance like this. D! How can you say this register, you would not exhibit it again? How? Listen, let me tell you, based on all the problems NDC has identified, you have no option but to do this independent audit. Okay. I saw that. I heard your mama met U.S. Ambassador Virginia Palmer. Yes. Please, Ambassador Virginia Palmer, help us. There must be an independent audit. These guys want to rig this election. So, they want to rig it and will not allow. Look, on Tuesday, Ghanaians pour out into the streets. Let's go and demonstrate. EC can't take us for granted. Why? Are we kids? In fact, 8 years, you've looted and looted us. You want to help them to loot again another 4 years. We will not allow that to happen. Madam Palmer, please, step in. Yes, step in. Let's have that independent audit. Have you heard? 3,900 and what's the figure? 87 illegal transfer. You think that's a joke? Then the 15,001. Then the 2,000.
243,000.
Can you imagine?
Well,
and you are doing, you think we don't want a D. No more D's. It's either A or it's A. You get out.
You know. How will you know?
There's somebody.
How will you know? Some person
you know the identity of the somebody.
I don't know the somebody.
These are party people, and I'm telling you that they are NPP people. And you are saying
I do not have
say
that
you don't know.
What I know is what I'm telling you.
Say you don't know.
So
you see this is what you get when you have rabid NPP foot soldiers managing the IT system of the East. Let me tell you something. We talk about the IT system being audited for us to know the protocols for entry, who has entered and at what time did they enter, and did they have authorization to enter, and what did they do when they entered, to diagnose the problem and to come up with practicable solutions to prevent what has happened. This man is saying no, and he's even defending government. It's not government. Let me tell you why. Do you know who is running the IT system of the EC? A man called Dr. Ofori. Dr. Ofori is a former NPP Tescon patron. Who is the one supporting him? Yakwache. Who is Yakwache? The son of Amfo Kwache, Akufo-Addo's former personal assistant. Why is this man the director? Why is this man? Hold on. Why is this man, Mr. Banubio, the director for electoral services? Do you know where he was working? He's been a long-standing regional EC director in Ashanti region. 2024 election is coming. They bring him from Ashanti region. He's now director for electoral services. Yeah. Why won't you have them defending these things?
Yes, absolutely.
So, again, you see, hold on. Honorable Yabuabia, someone made a very important point. Listen to me. I'm coming.
It's so bad. You are really petty.
It's so bad. We are not being petty here. You have bastardized the Electoral Commission by appointing people like me. Can Sami Jemfi, if Sami Jemfi, your mama makes me an EC commissioner, is that pettiness? No, you made Apia a known MPP communicator who I was debating on radio in Sunyane, an MPP Tescom patron. Yeah. You made him an EC commissioner. You've taken you've taken another MPP Tescom person, you've given him your IT system to run. We are raising that and you are saying this pettiness. Are you serious? Are you serious? You think we don't know the things you did in Ashanti region when you were there? Hold on. Let's continue. No. Let's continue. Let me stay on issue. Made a very important issue about the fact that the figures involved. No. Let's continue.
That is your
progress from there. The point is, let me make progress.
Because you cannot sit down here for them to just spill lies.
Have you admitted Pusiga? How did an electoral officer sit in the conference of the we detected Pusiga? If you claim that you are doing your own investigation, why didn't you detect Pusiga?
Exactly.
Because you are part of it. You did it. Look, and he has sat here and lied that it happened in only Pusiga. I've demonstrated to you as soon as South, your reporters can check. Oforu Chrome, they did illegal transfers. I have the data. You can go and check across the country. But hold on, listen. Imagine that we are able to illegally.
That's disinformation.
Hold on, please. I didn't ask you.
No, he's talking.
Hold on, imagine that they are able. You see, they have over 40,000 police stations in Ghana. Just take half. That's 20,000. If they succeed with this illegal transfers they are doing on the quiet that people are not paying attention to, and they disenfranchise only 10 voters per polling station, that is 200,000 votes. Absolutely. In 2008, the margin between Akufo-Addo and Atamos for the first one was 40,000. You understand? And we know what they are doing behind the scenes. They have profiled 18,000 polling stations that they are doing these things at. What we are saying is that, look, there is no time for you to say, bring us the evidence of the manipulation we have done, which we have found, and then we will go and sit in our own offices and come and tell you after some weeks at the 11th hour that we have corrected those errors and give you that corrected register at a time where it will be impossible for you to probe the register and even get any remedy should there be problems in that register. So right now, you say you are interested in correcting errors. Sit with our experts, bring experts of the other political parties, your so-called MPP foot soldiers who you have turned into ICT consultants, bring all of them. Let's project it on the screen. Let us audit the register. More importantly, audit the IT system. That is even more important than the register, because we have to make it impossible for people who don't have the right authorization to enter the database. As we speak, according to him, anybody can enter. You sit here, director for electoral services. You are paid with our taxes. Hold on. You sit here and you say that as at the time we went to do transfer, you did not have a liveliness test system in place. And you want us to trust you. You, assuming that this was even an act of inadvertence, which I don't believe it is. I believe that this is a deliberate criminal act.
I think Mr. Jimai was talking about whether perceptions of. I think when you look at the figures in reality, you realize that we have the Ghana map and we also have a certain bar graph. We realize that all the figures in the bar graph were excellent, very, very correct. So if people can use that as a perception that maybe the EC is doing, then I think those people have a lot of questions to answer, because clearly you can see the real figures were correct, but the disaggregation of the various days. So I don't see this as anything which is so major for people to make a beef about. The bigger picture, the total registered at the time, about 143 was also captured correctly for each region. So we think that everything should be fine.
We have also noted comments from the NDC alluding to ghost names in the register. We are aware that there may be dead persons on the register because several persons die each year. One of the key purposes of the exhibition exercise is to allow relatives of the dead to initiate the process of expunging their names from the register. The NDC indicated at the meeting that it had identified some 50,000 persons who were dead on the register. The Commission once again requested the details of the 50,000 dead persons and assured the NDC that it will work with the District Assembly and birth and theft registry to expunge the names from the register. As with the data on the discrepancies identified by the NDC, we are yet to receive the list of the dead. The Commission strongly believes that the surest way to attaining a credible and robust register is not through demonstrations. There is simply nothing to demonstrate about. This is because the Commission has repeatedly requested the data on discrepancies from the NDC to no avail. We are of the view that the stance taken by the NDC will not produce a credible register. The Commission is of the view that the best place to resolve the issues they have identified is the discussion table. We urge them to submit details of the discrepancies they have identified to enable the Commission investigate the issues and demonstrate to them that the concerns they have been resolved. As indicated earlier, the EC assured the NDC during the meeting that it would conduct a thorough investigation and report on the issues they had detected within a week. Why are they refusing to submit the data to enable the EC to investigate and provide a report? The EC believes that the best way to ascertain the credibility and integrity of the 2024 voters register is the discussion table, not on the streets. Taking to the streets will not ensure a credible register. It will only cause tensions and suspicions, which are unwarranted. We call on the former president of Ghana, an eminent and respected statesman of the Republic, to encourage and bring his party to the table, as that is the best place to address issues and ascertain the truth regarding the voters' register. We are confident that the former president will heed to our calls and do everything in his power to bring his party to the discussion table. On our part, we assure the NDC of a transparent process that would demonstrate to them that all their concerns have been resolved. The Commission wishes to state that almost all the discrepancies identified have to date been corrected. As in 2020, the Commission is committed to providing the country and all political parties with a robust and credible voters register that will guarantee free, fair, transparent, and credible general election in December 2024. We urge the public to trust the EC to do this again and again. Thank you.
Information, we are not taking questions. Therefore, this will bring the press out. Thank you.
It is well known that the voters' register is the bedrock of an election. Without a credible and accurate voters' register, there can be no transparent and acceptable elections. Article 45A of the 1992 Constitution places the mandate of preparing the voters' register on the shoulders of the Electoral Commission. The article reads, the Electoral Commission shall have the following functions, including compiling the register of voters and revising it at such periods as may be determined by law. As such, in line with our constitutional duties, the Electoral Commission will commence voters' registration from tomorrow, Tuesday, the 7th of May 2024, until Monday, the 27th of May 2024. The registration, which will be for 21 days, will be undertaken in all 268 district offices of the Electoral Commission across the country.
Look, Mr. Bill, you've really exemplified what D looks like in life here today. That's how D, a performance of D, that's how it looks like. Yeah, the pure performance of D. Listen, as I sat there, watch you and watch Sami Jemfi, it's clear that Sami Jemfi has been very clear. He's been very clear, very eloquent. He's been able to articulate his points, and he's won head and shoulders over you. That's how D looks like in life. I told you this ECA is a bunch of incompetence. A bunch of incompetence. Listen, when we have a new government, the first demonstration we'll be doing will be for us to reconstitute the EC. You can't put party foot soldiers there, and then they'll give you a D performance like this. D! How can you say this register, you would not exhibit it again? How? Listen, let me tell you, based on all the problems NDC has identified, you have no option but to do this independent audit. Okay. I saw that. I heard your mama met U.S. Ambassador Virginia Palmer. Yes. Please, Ambassador Virginia Palmer, help us. There must be an independent audit. These guys want to rig this election. So, they want to rig it and will not allow. Look, on Tuesday, Ghanaians, pour out into the streets. Let's go and demonstrate. EC can't take us for granted. Why? Are we kids? You've had 8 years. You've looted and looted us. You want to help them to loot again. Another 4 years. We will not allow that to happen. Madam Palmer, please, step in. Step in.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning, welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Wednesday, the 18th day of September 2024. By His grace, we are live and we're here with yet another edition of the show. Our gratitude will go to Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making the rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly, but let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. Galamsey fight. Government Labour meeting fruitful. Information Minister discloses. Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank launched. Officials want premix fuel subsidy removed. Study. Daily Guide. NDC demo protesters and police clash in Kumasi. 2024 elections. 24 file for president. Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal launched. UK announces £1.9 million support for Ghana and Nigeria. Ghana loses tech guru Chinwe Hesse. A new crusading guide, NDC Electoral Commission on pass, constructive engagement way to go, say CSOs. Government commits to invest more in housing sector. Government launches Knowledge and Skills Bank portal to revolutionize education. Baumia's last minute surge weakens Mahama, latest poll reveals. Okankwe Central Constituents hail Patrick Boama vice developmental agenda. Fete Kakraba has no land. Nana Abo attack cautions potential buyers and developers. The Insight. First ever Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal outlawed. Thousands joined the move against EC. Putin issues new warning to NATO. 35 former heads of state across the world urge US President Joe Biden to remove Cuba from list of state sponsors of terrorism. Stop the lies. There's no land guard terror at Aika and Blue. Elders reject claim by Niato and courts. The Herald. Mistrust and tension engulf Ghana's military after CDS coup claim. Fidelity Bank unveils Ebefa campaign, partners customers to fulfill aspirations. Baumia spells out his Galamsey solution. Ekuvado spares his family man and sports minister but scapegoats NSA boss over CAF's Baba Yara Stadium ban. NDC calls out Ashanti in a peace council others at protest against EC. Highlights of NDC and NPP manifestos on environment. The Informer. Elections 2024. Baumia calls for decent campaign. At Akwambo Festival, peace, unity crucial for development. Nana Kojo Mwakwa, the 5th declares. Galamsey fight. Napo rallies political parties commit to binding national pact. Down memory lane voter exhibition cures anomalies in register. Sedun Ketia to NPP as he falls on Ondaga. Alleged discrepancies in voters' roll. Use your influence to ensure credible register. NDC urges Parliament. Then Kusita. Renovation of stadia, suspicion of Akash as Ghana faces international humiliation. Napo shakes Makola and other areas in Accra Central. NDC spits fire on EC with nationwide enough is enough demo. Fidelity Bank is the best ESG bank in Ghana for 2024. The Daily Statesman. Baumia gains more grounds. NPP flag bearer in neck-to-neck race with Mahama. Government pledges increased investment in housing sector. Government launches Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal. Now Toshi receives Excellence in Governance Award. The Ghanaian publisher. No one-touch victory for Baumia and Mahama survey. ICUMS introduces advanced way bridge system at ports. Government pledges more funding for housing sector. Finance Minister. Irregularities in voters register deliberate. NDC. The Accra Times. Mahama vows action on energy sector under NDC. Government. Parliament beats executive and judiciary to win Best Audit Award. Let peace and security be your guide. Information Minister urges journalists. The custodian, Mahama insulting spree, president, chiefs, pastors, imams not spared. Presidential race too close to call survey. Natoshi praises Akufo-Addo Bawumia for elevating women. Agona Duakwa stands for peace and unity. Nana Kojo Emuakwa the fifth. Government to invest more in housing sector. Finance Minister. The new finder will create robust economy with right government support. AGI. Fraud across banks and SDI. Staff involvement alarming. Agri poised to position Ghana as significant food exporter. Daily Post. Enough is enough. Ghana's biggest demo ever rocks EC nationwide. Accra recalls over 100,000 demonstrators. NDC gives EC 1 week ultimatum to act on audit demand. We may trigger recall of Parliament to compel EC to audit register to forcing. Election 2024. Mahama pledges to cap Ghana's borrowing, enhance debt transparency. Business and Financial Times. 91% of officials support premix fuel subsidy removal. GIR SAL marks 5th anniversary, 1.2 billion cedis guaranteed loans. Interest rates reduced by up to 6%. 67,000 plus farmers impacted. 2,990 plus jobs created. Over $25 million in exports. Visa convenes industry expects on securing future of payments. Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank portal launched to transform digital learning. Feature amplifying tourism potential, the case of Nkwanta and Oti region. And fiscal monetary stabilization efforts yielding positive results. And that's about it for the front pages. We'll be back shortly.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She's pleased. But now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains the new fleet-finding darts are more accurate than the old ones. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't automated your fleet management yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
Prepare bantama.
Matias.
It's her smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Jidi said we used to Cal 360 toothpaste.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
And you will so feeling to Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
In today's modern world, stairs are a challenge, especially for our elderly and those with health concerns. Navigating them can be difficult and even dangerous, but there's a safer way to move vertically. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, your answer to a more accessible and secure vertical transportation. Our elevators and escalators, including top-of-the-line pneumatic vacuum elevators, Fuji elevators and escalators, offer a safer and more convenient alternative, eliminating the risks of stairs and enhancing accessibility for homes, businesses, and hospitals. Choose safety and convenience with Lifts and Elevators Limited Company. Elevate your spaces today. For more information, visit our website at www.elevatorsgh.org or call now on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, the elevator people.
Customer, I don't know who to say.
Malaria been actually on my number still.
One give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah, sorry. What lost also give us here and don't come down.
But over that song. But for me to give us the and some down.
Give us a bad mixture.
Me patron and some down.
Customer. Give us that now.
Onuya kayo oba wa fa furo nom de o ma no banu fo nom akwada wa ni fie dumie no ono nso nom
Cratchy, unemu bua unkohwe Dr. Ban wo ye den wa.
Ya o me se ya fa no ko ma mi buru wa.
Ayi ma mi do buru. Do ni atele be ko. Bra, mo mi fa no ko Dr. Ban ho. Dr. Ban no ya de. Bra, se ba no nompemu adwuma sasabro slow Dr. Ban wo ye.
Say ni kemi kwa na meka. O nompemu nim di ono na ye expect nya zanfo no. O akra eni kumasi nompemu expect yen kan kire o.
Hello, my name is Roland Walker. I'm here at Coastal Park. It's one of the many courts belonging to estate masters, and they are into service plots, property management, and luxury homes. And just in case you want to make that decision to invest into a landed property, estate masters is the right choice to make. If it is from an indenture, a site plan, you want it also barcoded, all is available. You might have heard about Chopoli. It's where we have the next cottage of estate masters. It is not only one of the thriving, but the most inviting landed property site for you also to invest in. We encourage you, do invest in the next cottage at Chopoli. It is just close to the yet to be demarcated airport. That also will be a valuable property for you to invest in.
Now let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with the sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Choose the perfect prize every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes. All to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
You the answer to my prayers.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luckiest everywhere.
8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get a package when you have to come. One lie. Hey, wait.
You go put it on this tab. This is my man. Good
luck.
We'll wait here. We have star 712. It's much more phone. I'm on the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let's
choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4. Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random tickets, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Hey,
Dema, tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. T&Cs apply.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. And it's been an awesome journey with Momo from MTN. 15 years of ease, safety, and convenience. This is definitely worth celebrating. That's why the Momo at 15 Rewards is here with amazing prizes to say thank you. Send money to an MTN Momo user or make payments to an MTN Momo merchant at no cost whatsoever, only on MTN. So go and download my Momo on App Store or Play Store to enjoy this. Just Momo it everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply. And if you're thinking of getting that toothpaste that will take care of the entire family and save you money, the recommended family toothpaste is Kel 360 toothpaste. It's approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kel 360 toothpaste provides you and your family with all-round dental protection throughout the day with freshness. Kel 360 toothpaste is good for kids, children, and adults. Let your family be a proud family when they step out by constantly using Kel 360 toothpaste. It brightens your teeth, prevents cavity, and with its cool mint gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. For consistency and quality, use Kel 360 toothpaste. It's another product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso. It's available in all supermarkets, malls, and provision shops. You can call Samara Company on 0246 864798. Kel 360 toothpaste, happy smile. All right. So with me on the show this morning, I have a Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NDC. He is also a legal practitioner, Osman Ayega. Osman, good morning.
No, good morning.
Okay, I'm going to come back and ask you about the issue of the law, because I know that's not your first love. Also with me on the show this morning is a government spokesperson who's also a member of the Bawumia 2024 campaign team, Kofi Tonto. Kofi, good morning. Right. Osman,
no.
You heard my question earlier. I knew you as was it engineering you were involved in?
Architect.
Yes, as an architect. Okay, the next time I heard you have been called to the bar.
Yes. I've always wanted to be a lawyer, but at the time I ended up doing architecture.
Why?
Honestly,
you studied science in school?
No, I studied arts in
Okay.
school. I studied arts.
Okay.
I didn't want to go to KNUST.
Okay.
And at the time, my late mother wanted me to go to KNUST, reasons best known to her. And at the time, Legon wasn't doing the street law. So I think I got the architecture course to do on the KNST campus. So she went everywhere convincing everyone to convince me to go and do architecture because, you know, she said that is a more professional course. As soon as you are done with school, you have a job of your own to do, you know. So of course, I had to badge to do architecture. But I didn't regret doing architecture. I still like architecture. I still design.
You still practice?
Yeah, I still practice. So after architecture, I still decided to go and do the law.
Okay. Yeah, so how do you combine an architect and a lawyer?
Two very jealous courses. It's very difficult.
I see. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, I have a friend who's a medical doctor and a lawyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Two very jealous courses.
He loves school.
Yeah, a medical doctor and
a really must love school.
A medical doctor and a lawyer. Wow. Architecture was 6 years?
6 years.
Okay, all right. Just like medicine.
6 years.
Okay. Oh, okay. You have to do the LLB?
Yes.
Before the professional?
Yes. If you are fortunate, 6 years.
So you
the law, if you are fortunate,
so you spend 12 years in becoming an architect and a lawyer. Wow, that's massive.
That's quite impressive.
That's massive.
That's a lot of education.
So, as I said, with the law, if you are fortunate, 6 years.
Yes. Yeah. True. Kofi, how's the campaign going?
Oh, it's going well. It's going well. First of all, let me say a very good morning to you and to your cherished viewers. It's going well. Yesterday we did Bon, Katamanso, Amasaman, Ashaman, and then Crowell. It was the day before that we did Amasaman. Today we'll do Adan, Sege, and then Ningo Pram.
Oh, Sege?
Yeah.
You're going to Sege at the time you sacked your parliamentary candidate.
Oh, but we have a planned program, so...
No, you don't get what I mean.
No, I get what you mean.
I'm saying that you're going at a time when you've just sacked the man, and you're going there to go and raise his hand.
It's just a process. We have a plan, and we are sticking to the plan. So that will be Greater Accra. Very soon we'll head out to Central Region.
Will that end your Greater Accra?
Yeah, I believe so. That will bring us to about 108 constituencies done so far.
Nationwide.
You know, we've gone to the 5 northern regions. We've done about 95%. We still have just about 3 or 4 constituencies there to finish. We've also done Eastern region. We have about 7 constituencies to finish. And Greater Accra, and then also a bit of Bono East. We had an event, so we took advantage to do a bit of Bono East, and then, which was Techiman North and South, and then we did just about 1 in Central Region. So it's been like, you know, he's a vice president, so as you campaign, he also has government activities to embark on. So we sort of play around the dates to see how we can maximize the number of days left.
All right. So, Osman, you yesterday you embarked on what you dubbed the Enough is Enough demo. I'm sure that you've canvassed the reasons for the demo, but how did it go? Have you achieved your aim? We've seen a response from the Electoral Commission. I'm sure that you've seen that as well. Are you satisfied with what you sought to achieve? Have you achieved that? And what's next?
Thank you very much. Thank you to my brother Kofi, and good morning again to your cherished viewers. First and foremost, I would want to congratulate the entire NDC party, from the national to the regional to the constituencies and to the branches, and also say a big thank you to all Ghanaians who joined willingly, because it wasn't just an issue for the NDC, because even amongst the crowd, you could see very independent individuals, and some political parties also joined the demonstration. All those who were able to make it on the streets in all 16 regions, that made it a mammoth demonstration. I think one of its kind, where you would see demonstrations in all 16 regions simultaneously happening at the same time, just to demand a common goal and a common purpose. would also want to say a big thank you to especially the media who were there to cover all stories in all 16 regions. At a point, some of the media men were being heckled here and there, but I think they stood their grounds and they were able to cover every inch of the demonstration. And of course, to the Ghana police also, who tried as much as possible to perform to the best of their abilities, service with integrity, as their motto states. So we are very happy with the turn of events, especially with yesterday's outpour of people on the streets in all 16 regions. And I think today on social media there's actually a debate as to which region actually galvanized so many people to register their displeasure. But what it just tells you is that people are sick and tired, and people have had enough of the current mismanagement of our electoral process so far as the register is concerned. So yesterday was one memorable day, and today you realize that Ghana is on the media on all sects, both locally, regionally, and even globally. You read all the news headlines, BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, and they are talking about Ghana and the fact that we are making our demands known so far as the electoral register is concerned. So yesterday, I can speak mostly to what happened in Greater Accra because I couldn't be in all 16 regions, even though we all took reports as to what happened in all 16 regions. The demonstration was generally peaceful. It was generally calm. Everyone came in their numbers. They tried as much as possible to be calm because it wasn't a chaotic demonstration. We kept announcing that it was a very peaceful protest to make known our demands. So as soon as we got to the EC head office, it has to do with the Accra one, we were led by our national chairman, Honorable Johnson Ketia, and the general secretary of the party, Honorable Fifi Fiave Kwete, and some national officers. The national communication officer was there, some leading members of the NDC, Dr. Valerie Sawyer, the Honorable Totobi Kwache, the former National Security Coordinator Bevlo Lati was also there, but some national officers were also in other regions. My own boss, the National Youth Organizer, was also in the Eastern region to lead that of the Eastern region. It was a beautiful event, epic, I must say. We went to the EC office to make known our demands, and we requested 7 things from the EC, especially from our national chairman. One was the fact that we needed a forensic audit of the entire register. And reasons for this forensic audit, we have stated a time without number. Issues of illegal transfers, issues of deleting names from the register, issues of bloated lists, issues of names not being in the absentee list, etc., etc. So we asked for one, an independent audit of the electoral register in its current state. 2, we asked that they must convene a stakeholders collaboration, and we spoke about the fact that we needed the AU, we needed the ECOWAS, etc. In fact, the national chairman actually stated that this is the time for international bodies to intervene. Example, ECOWAS, they shouldn't sit and wait until things escalate to a certain level before they start calling for ECOWAS meetings and stakeholder engagement. And we also said that we agree that the findings of the audits, the forensic audit, should be published for everyone to read and understand what's in it. We also asked for a re-exhibition of the register after the audit, and also to adopt and revise timelines for the electoral activities, and also to institute an accountability and integrity measure so far as the electoral register is concerned. Randy, we are going into a very crucial elections where every vote must count, and every vote is integral so far as this election is concerned. And the sanctity, integrity, and transparency of the electoral register is key and germane. And for that matter, we shouldn't just try to ridicule it or downplay on the integrity of the register, because the register in itself constitutes not less than 60% of the entire electoral process. And if you do not have a credible register, then how then do you expect a credible outcome of an election? And that is why the NDC's position is very clear, that we must, as a matter of urgency, audit the entire register so that we all can go into these elections knowing that we have a clean register, so that at the outcome of the elections, nobody and no one can say they do not agree with the outcome of the elections. But where people in one way or the other will be disenfranchised by no reason or no fault of theirs. If I'm expected to go and vote in Boku Central, that is where I vote, and I get to Boku Central on the day of voting, just realize that my name is actually in Ablekuma Central by no fault of mine. That to me that I'm being disenfranchised. I will not be able to vote because I did not even know that my name was illegally transferred from Boku Central to Ablekuma Central. These are the main issues the NDC has been calling on, and that we must look into the matters. You all agree with us that at the initial stages, when the NDC raised most of these issues, the Electoral Commission said time without number that it is not possible that you have some of these illegal transfers. It is not possible that certain names will be deleted from the register. And we proved to them that there has been illegal transfers. There has been deleting of names to a tune of over 3,957 names exactly have been deleted from the register by no fault of theirs. So if you sum all these issues together, you realize that at the end of the day, if care is not taken, close to about 300,000 people may and can be disenfranchised on the day of elections. And you and I know that once upon a time in this country, Nanado led with just about 40,000 votes. I think Professor Mills also won with about 60,000 votes. So looking at numbers to the tune of over 300,000 votes that may be disenfranchised, it's not one that we just want to sleep over it and forget about it, that let's still go into the elections. And from the way the Electoral Commission, Madam Jane and her commissioners have acted in the past and in relation to this particular issue, we do not currently trust that they can clean that register in our absence, because they have been the custodians of the register and they are expected to do a clean work so far as the register is concerned. But what do we see? Discrepancies everywhere. And for me, the hypocrisy of the EC chair, Madam Jane, is so pronounced and so loud, because in just 8 years past, when she was executive director of IEA, she was the one calling for an independent audit of the electoral register in 2015. Today, what has changed? That she has just turned deaf ears to the issues we are raising. And in 2015, you agree with me that the issues that were raised had to do with names of people that were on the register, purported foreigners that were on the register to a tune of about 76,000 names. Today, we are talking about you likely disenfranchising close to 300,000 people on the electoral register. But, of course, she's been adamant and behaving as though the EC office is an extension of the MPP headquarters. In fact, she's behaving like an MPP foot soldier who has zero integrity, who doesn't know where to stand, who decides to change the goalposts as and when it favors them. Because here is one person in a private life, when she was director of IEA, took an objective position that we needed to audit the register. But today, she's EC chair, public office, and her posture and position is entirely different. And that's why I said that she's behaving like an MPP foot soldier from Ebuakwa South constituency. So we need to look at all this. And also, another group of people that I expected by now, they would have been speaking to the issues of the integrity of the register, of course, is David Ashanti and his group, Let My Vote Count group. I thought by now, because it has to do with issues of voters being disenfranchised, I would have heard his voice. But of course, today, they have forgotten about Let My Vote Count, because all of them, their stomachs have been counted, so they are very comfortable and they are okay. But here is the case that we will not relent. We will continue to push until the right things are done. Randy, before I even come back, let me digress a bit. Yesterday, something interesting happened. After we presented our petition, you know what happened? We went to have a prayer session at the National Cathedral, and it was a swimming pool, and people were actually swimming there, and you could realize what we had wasted $58 million for. It was a disgrace, a huge monumental disgrace. I don't know whether Metro TV you have the videos, but
we do.
It was a swimming pool and people were swimming in it, and I just couldn't believe what $58 million could have done. I mean, I was sad. So yesterday was a very bad day for some of us because we were fighting the Electoral Commission, and we just realized that there's a bigger fight to even fight in terms of corruption, and looking at that big hole that has now become a swimming pool. So it's a bad experience. I was sad, extremely sad. Before I digress to even talk about the issue of the swimming pool. So, Doc, these are the issues the NDC has put across. And our national chairman stated yesterday that we hope that the EC director, Madam Jane, and her directors would act swiftly in relation to the auditing of the electoral
register. So these are the swimmers?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let me warn people, it's dangerous. I mean, don't go and
into
swim
waters
there.
Yes.
Don't go and swim there. It's extremely dangerous. Yes.
Yes. So the national chairman, Johnson Esedun Ketia, stated that we hope the EC director, the EC chair, Madam Jane, and her directors would act swiftly. Otherwise, they would have to receive 276 petitions. Yesterday was 16 petitions from the 16 regions. If they do not act swiftly, what they're going to see is 276 petitions at their various district offices from every constituency. But we do hope that we do not get there.
Are you comforted by their release? Are you assured by it?
We hope that they will act swiftly. As for their release, Randy, of course, it's just ink on paper, which I do not see any clear-cut direction. But we hope that beyond the release, they will act swiftly and adhere to the calls of the NDC. That is what we're asking for. And we hope that we do not have to organize 276 petitions. Randy, how difficult is it for us to just audit the register? What will it take away from the EC? What will it take away from Madam Jane Mensah for us to audit the register? In fact, bodies are ready to finance the entire auditing of the register. So how difficult is it? Why are they just being adamant? That is the question.
Okay. All right. Maybe we'll get the answers later on. But Kofi, a couple of days ago, your director of elections granted an interview on Asasi. Yes, and he indicated that as at the time he was granting the interview, which I believe was on Monday, the NPP had not found any discrepancies or anomalies as far as the register that was given to the EC is concerned. And that as far as the NPP was concerned, the register given to you provides you information on who are eligible to vote and the opportunity to reach out to them. And so that is what you're going to be focused on. Now, I have this which also says that your national youth organizer, Henry Nana Boachi.
No, national organizer now.
Okay, all right. So, yes. Henry Nana Boachi has strongly criticized the NDC for its call for a forensic audit of the voter, labeling it as unwarranted, empty, and must be rejected. Say that in a Facebook post on Tuesday, he emphasized that the NDC has failed to provide any legal basis for its demand that the Electoral Commission cede its constitutional mandate to a third party. And he highlighted that Article 45 and 92 Constitution, Section 2 of the Electoral Commission Act 1993, Act 451, exclusively confer on the EC the authority to compile the electoral register and supervise all elections. He further noted that Article 46 of the Constitution and Section 3 of Act 451 guarantees the independence of the EC, ensuring it is not subject to the direction or control of any other person or authority. Citing several Supreme Court cases, including Philip Kwekwa Palu 2010, Ransford France 2012, Abu Ramadan Series number 1 and 2, NDC vs AG 2020, Boachi underscored that the court has consistently upheld the independence of the EC, pointed out that the EC has the sole discretion to choose among multiple options in the performance of its functions, and no one, not even the courts, underline that, not even the courts, can compel otherwise unless the decision is unconstitutional. And he also indicated that the EC's current practice of working with political parties to address concerns has been in place throughout the Fourth Republic, resulting in 5 successful elections. He argued that the NDC's insistence on involving a third party in the EC's constitutional mandate breaches the Commission's independence, especially since the EC has consistently engaged parties at the Inter-Party Advisory Committee and worked to resolve any issues. He asserted that while the EC may engage stakeholders in its functions, this engagement does not confer a right to dictate the choices the EC makes in executing its constitutional mandate, and his call for the rejection of the NDC's call for a forensic audit, reaffirming the EC's independence and authority. Now, referring to the courts, I know that in the Ramadan case, the court actually appointed KPMG to do the audit with respect to the NHI cards. It was the court that appointed KPMG.
But was it the register?
What?
Was it the actual register?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was the court that appointed KPMG to conduct that audit.
Audit of the NHIS card or audit of the register to see how many people used NHI?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sure.
It was the court that appointed KPMG.
Okay. So it was a court decision that compelled
Yes,
to engage.
It's just in reference to this issue of nobody can, not even the courts, nobody can.
Okay.
And,
So
and especially when he referred to
that particular case.
Yes.
So you are saying that in that instance, the court compelled EC to use KPMG.
That was the direction of the court.
Yes, I get
so
what you're
KPMG
saying.
conducted it.
Conducted the audit to establish the total number of.
Yes, I don't even want to go into the many press statements. You see, it's a back and forth thing. People can allude to what NDC elements said when there were calls by the NPP for an audit.
Yeah.
People also refer to the NPP calling for audit, several people, including the president and all that, asking for an audit.
Yeah.
And it appears that the tables have turned and yeah.
But that's what makes our politics interesting. You know, that if politicians will be consistent, being it NPP, being it NDC. Because as you rightfully said, in fact, I have a slew of speeches and a list of speeches from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Asiedu Nketia, and other persons speaking on issues. You know, when some people have argued that the NPP, my brother actually just said it this morning, that the NPP is defending the EC and the EC has become an appendage of the NPP, etc. I have so many comments here which will suggest the same, if not worse. Okay.
I didn't see anywhere the NPP is defending it.
No, you said that the EC has become, okay, so maybe I didn't hear you. You said the EC has become an extension of the NPP. You said something like that.
Yeah.
But how's that?
But you're flipping
how's that
different
from? How is that different?
No, but if you quote me, you quote me right.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure. I've quoted you correctly.
Yeah.
But anyways, Randy, let me come back to my main submission. You see, generally, I have no issues if a political party wants to raise concerns about any process that leads to the election. Because as rightfully stated, the election is a process, it's not an event. It's a combination of so many activities that come together. And it involves so many people and so many logistical processes, tools, equipments, etc. So certainly, that process will be prone to some degree of errors and challenges. So I have absolutely no concern if a political party is to raise issues and say that we have issues with A, B, C, D. For instance, when the EC was doing the limited registration, I recall at that time I had an interview with Annie. Good afternoon. And the issue had to do with the EC only opening registration centers at the district area. And some of us had concerns that, look, in some districts, it's very difficult to move from one end of the district to the district capital. So it is not sufficient to just open the registration centers at the district capital and leave it. You may want to go to the extent of identifying places which are very hard to reach places. In some places, you even have to use the canoe to get to the district capital. You have to do whatever it takes to make the registration centers available and accessible to all persons, irrespective of their geographical location. We should be able to do that. That was an instance of me as a person who speaks for the MPP and other persons within the MPP challenging the EC on a particular issue. So if the NDC has issues regarding the provisional register, they have every right to put out those issues. They have absolutely every right to do that. But the question becomes, to what extent is the request? Because there are rules governing the elections that we are going to go for in 2024. Randy, this is the CI 127 and this is the CI 91. These are the two constitutional instruments guiding the current or upcoming elections. The CI 91 promulgated in 2016. It says, public elections, registration of voters, regulations, public elections regulations, emphasis on registration of voters. Now, Randy, when you look at section 22 to 27, this is a section that really focuses on where we are currently, or the subject we are currently discussing, which is the provisional voters register. By the process or the regulations, the EC will go through every single process to register qualified Ghanaians. And by law, the EC is supposed to bring up a document called the Provisional Voters Register. That Provisional Voters Register, according to the law, says the Commission shall, not later than 3 months from the end of the registration period, compile a provisional register of voters in the country, stating the name, age, sex, residential address, and showing the photograph of each person whose application for registration was accepted at the registration center. At the end of the compilation of the provisional register, as provided in sub-regulation 1, a copy of the provisional register shall be given to each registered political party in the form determined by the Commission. So once the provisional register is determined, the EC will give every political party that is duly registered a copy of that register. That exercise really is to help the political party as a stakeholder to look at the provisional register and raise any concerns that they have. But it doesn't end there. Because when you look at the CI, it goes further to show us who and what we must do to correct any challenges or errors in the register. It goes to hold the persons or the registered voter accountable on the things they have to do. It's a long read.
Just help me with something, because you have the CI and you quoted from it.
Yeah.
So when the political parties detect these anomalies and they bring it to the attention of the Electoral Commission, what happens? How do they then, how are they able to find out if indeed those things
I didn't see that section in there, because when you read the CI, from the parts that I've read, it really focuses on the register, the voter. So if I have registered, it focuses on what I have to do as a voter.
So my question to you is that, because you quoted the law, my question to you is that if I went there and I realized that my name was not there or was not at the polling station, and I make a complaint to the Electoral Commission, or I go through the short code, pay my 50 pesos, and I realize that I am at the Zenith University polling station, but I've been sent to Wale Wale Primary B, and I make it known to the Electoral Commission before election day. How do I get to know?
It has it here. It's a long read. If you want me to read, it has.
No, I just want to find out. Yes.
It says claims and objections after publication of the provisional register of voters. It has the whole thing here. It has the bit on the exhibition also. It's a long read. If you want me to go through it, I can go through.
No, I thought maybe the relevant section, because you see, the exhibition, we are told that the exhibition is for the political parties and individuals.
Yes.
To go check.
Yes.
And if they identify some anomalies, they bring it to the attention of the EC for correction. Not so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the relevant portion to read.
Now, when that is done, how do I get the assurance that indeed the rectification has been made? Because if there is no such thing and I get there on election day and it is not done, what then happens?
No, I get you correctly. I'm just trying to, I read it earlier. I'm just trying to find.
You saw something like that?
Oh yeah, I read it earlier. I'm just trying to find the process on how to do that so I can read it. So maybe when.
Why I ask that is also that you see that amongst the requests that are being made is one of a re-exhibition after the EC has done what.
So I've seen something. It says settling claims and objections on provisional register.
Okay, that's different.
But your issue has to do with claims. I mean, I have gone to check my name. I have issues with it. That's a claim.
When it talks about claims and things, it's talking about the objections and stuff that have been made. I'm just saying that when you, Kofi, you go and check and you realize that your polling station is different and you bring it to the attention of the EC, at which point in time before election day?
Okay, so it has Regulation 25. It says claims and objections after publication of provisional register of voters. A person who has a right to have the particulars, including the name of that person, to be included in the provisional register, or to object to the inclusion of any name or the omission of any name from the register, may, on the publication of the register, submit a complaint as set out in Form 6 or Form 7 of the schedule, as the case may be of the exhibition officer in respect of any matter relating to particulars of a person included or omitted in the provisional register.
So this is what happens during the exhibition. Okay. So after this, when these claims or objections or complaints have been made, between then and the election day.
Yeah, so I'm saying that I can go through, as he's speaking, I can find the relevant, because I'm trying to find that relevant part.
I just thought that you perhaps had.
No, I've read aspects of it. I've read aspects of it this morning.
That's fine.
So I would have to go through and find the relevant section you are looking for.
That's fine, because
I'm trying to do it on the spot.
I asked that thing because, and I can understand the point you're making. I asked that thing because, you see, it is the Electoral Commission that collected the data and everything, and then they produced the provisional register. They did, okay, with all the expertise, and then you identify anomalies.
Who is we here? The party or the
person? Whether party or an individual, you identify those things. Okay. Now, I know that for those who go to the polling station to check, because there's an officer there. Those details will be taken. For those who check via the short code, first of all, there's no provision under the short code system for you to make a complaint. I don't know how many of them do follow up
to their various.
But even if they do, when they have done that, between when the exhibition ends and voting day, how are they able to check to find out whether
their changes have been effected?
Because these are people who, first of all, have decided to go and register, exercise their civic responsibility. They've gone to go and check. If they are political parties, they have exercised that responsibility of also checking, which is the reason why they were given the register in the first place. They have identified anomalies. The EC concedes that, yes, these are anomalies, and in fact says that that's the more reason why we have the exhibition. Now, what then happens between when these anomalies are presented to the EC and election day itself?
No, I get you.
How am I comforted?
I get you.
That the same EC that took my data and everything and still got me transferred to a place that I had not requested for, or omitted my name from the register without my whatever, what is my comfort that indeed
those
I will
have been effected
yes,
correctly?
And that on election day when I get there.
No, I fully get you. Yeah. But Randy, we have history in this nation. This is not the first time we are conducting elections in this country.
True.
We've conducted elections since 1992
True.
in the Fourth Republic.
True.
So I don't think that process, that bit that you are referring to, is lost on any political party as to how that should be done. Because this is not the first time an exhibition is being done, and corrections are effected during the exhibition, and then to establish whether the corrections were effected correctly or not, which is what is your bone of contention. I believe that this process is laid out, and every political party.
No, it's not about, Kofi, it's not about what you believe.
No, but
it's what exists. And you know why I'm saying, this? Throughout the history that you're talking about, you would see that process after process, we strive to make things better.
Yeah, that's why you understand. Yeah, that's why we continue
and that's why
to amend the
because there's nothing like a re-exhibition. That's why I was asking you about the law. There's nothing about a re-exhibition. I'm saying that if I have a constitutional right, but the constitution imposes a responsibility on me, so although I have the right to vote, voting is not compulsory in Ghana. But if I, as the citizen, I decide to exercise that responsibility and I go and play my part, and the Electoral Commission also has a role to play. If I don't go and register, the Electoral Commission has not disenfranchised me. But if I go and register and the exhibition is there and I go to check my name and I have done what I'm supposed to do, under no condition should I be disenfranchised by the Electoral Commission.
I fully get you.
So my point is that if the exhibition, we say that the exhibition is to enable us
audit,
identify whatever and do it. When we have done that, shouldn't there be another layer which would then assure everybody that the anomalies, the discrepancies that we identified have indeed been dealt with before election day?
I fully agree with you. But the thing is that you and I, we are not experts for when it comes to these things. And that is why no. The point that I'm making is that you are asking a question which clearly you don't have an answer for. Do you have an answer for?
No, I asked because you see, you opened the act.
No, I read the relevant sections of the CI to support the argument.
No, I'm not arguing
with
you. I'm just saying that you were alluding to the law. And my understanding of what you were saying was that, look, the law has made adequate provisions as far as the CI is concerned. And that is why I asked this question. And I'm saying this because in our whole, if we just take the Fourth Republic, you would see that there have been CIs after CIs after CIs. And all what happens is that every CI, every subsequent CI is intended to improve on the preceding CI on the basis of things that have been experienced in terms of
the past.
Yes, it's usage. I get that. Yes.
Yeah, I get that. And that's what I'm saying. That process of ensuring that whatever change has been indeed effected cannot be assigned to only this election. Because we've had instances of exhibitions in the last elections that we did.
Yeah, but that's past.
Yeah, but that's past. So I'm saying that let's go and look at the precedents. What was the process in the past exhibitions? After the exhibition, what was the process? Let's look at that. And if there are inherent challenges with that process, then we can query it. Because if there was, I am sure, Randy, by now that issue would have popped up. That issue would have found its way in an amended CI to correct that error or challenge. I hope you get the point that I'm making. So there's precedence. Let's go and look at what the process is in the past. But I would like to go to the point that I was making. So the EC has made provisions on how the exhibition ought to be done. Persons with issues can go to the exhibition center, raise their concerns. The EC gives the provisional register to a political party to identify any issues that they have. Now, our brothers in the NDC are saying that we've gotten the provisional register and we have identified errors and issues in the register. I was just listening to the TV when I came. One of the issues that the EC stated, 50,000 deceased persons on the register. 2, I've also heard about 3,000, my brother just said that 3,000 plus persons who have been illegally deleted from the register. Then there's also 15,000 illegal transfers. Then there is about, NDC is raising concerns about 243,000 combined transfers dating back to, I think, 2020 to now, which they have issues with. So, total, you are looking at about 300,000 plus issues that they have. The EC is saying, no problem. Can you provide a list of these issues? The NDC says, we don't trust you. We have the list. We have the issues. But we don't trust you, so we won't give it to you. The NDC goes to the EC to do a presentation and sort of give a broad overview of what their concerns are. We've seen deceased persons. We've seen illegal transfers. We've seen illegal deletion of names. We've seen all these issues. The EC said, fine, give me the list of the issues. The NDC says, no, we won't give you the list of the issues. So, Randy, the question is, how is the EC going to help you resolve an issue if you won't give the EC the list? So the first thing we have to establish is, why is the NDC adamant on giving the EC the list of errors? Why can't the NDC publish the list? If they don't trust the EC, publish it. Publish the list of 300,000 people that you have issues with. That way, the EC cannot tamper with whatever you give to them. And then all of us, including you, we can all see what the errors are. You say, no, I won't give it to you. But because I won't give it to you, even though I won't give it to you, I want to compel you to do certain things.
I won't give it to you because I don't trust you.
Yes. But if you don't trust the EC, you don't trust Ghanaians, why can't you publish it? What stops the NDC from publishing the list? You don't want to publish the list.
If the NDC publishes the list, how does that deal with the audit?
No, the point is, the auditing is a process.
I ask this because it was the NDC that told us about what had happened in Pusiga.
Okay.
The Electoral Commission came to confirm it.
Okay.
And blamed it on their
the officer
person in charge there. It was the NDC that came to tell us about people who even did transfers in 2021 or so, who had been added to this transfer list. The EC came to explain that it was done for historical reasons. Whether it makes sense or not is another matter. Now I'm saying that even if you were to take these two,
the 3,957.
Yes.
The letter said it was a file that was corrupted and had the name.
So if you take these three examples, won't you say that a case has been established that, look, there are a lot of things wrong with the register?
No, nobody is disputing that there are challenges, or there may be, let me put it well, challenges with the register. That is why it is called provisional register, because the process anticipates that there may be issues. So the NDC raising challenges with the provisional register is not rocket science. Even I can take the register and raise questions.
But your party says that it has not seen
that's the party's position.
Yes.
And that's our position. I'm here to even hear our director of elections say, I haven't heard him. You, and I trust that you wouldn't say anything contrary. So I'm trusting your judgment. But that's our position. Forget our position. We are discussing the position of the NDC. Randy, let me use your platform as an example. And Media Foundation, please, I'm using you as an example. So Media Foundation says that Randy's show, we have evidence that Randy's show encourages people to insult. And we have identified 100 cases of insult. They do a presentation to Randy's management team. They say, oh, no problem. Can you give us the incidents as evidence of what transpired?
But if they mention some of the incidents,
doesn't mean
and
anything.
I concede,
no, it doesn't.
And I concede
it doesn't
that
mean it is 100. It doesn't mean
true.
it is 100. This made a categorical statement. Randy, if you make a categorical
your point is that If it is 3 and not 100, no big deal.
No, it can be a deal, but you have made a categorical statement. And that is why I'm saying that nobody is disputing that there may be challenges with the register. So that is not rocket science. The degree, the severity of it is what we are discussing here. He emphasized on 300,000 and said that in the past, certain elections were won with just a percentage of that 300,000. So that 300,000 matters. So you must account for that 300,000 because the election says 50% what? Plus 1. So you must account for that 300,000. So you can't just tell me there are issues and I should believe you that the issues are 300,000 because you said there are 300,000. No, it doesn't work like that.
So if there were not 300,000 and there were 3, what would be your position?
My position is that provide evidence of that 3.
But at least the 3 that we have discussed here, the EC consists to them and seeks to give us explanations as to why
anything. Randy, we have laws in this country, we have precedents. We've gone to the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court has ruled that in some instances the defect is not materially enough. Is that not so? To quash the whole election. Is that not so? It means that the numbers matter. So tell us the numbers, give us the evidence. You have refused to give us the evidence. They've done it before. In the 2020 elections, they came out and said, we've won the elections. If I recall, a percentage was even stated. I think 51% or so. You may remind me. They stated a percentage. Then they went to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court said, provide evidence that you won the election with that percentage. And they said, oh, we don't have evidence. I just saw the video recently where this man, he just passed on. I forgot his name. I think he was part of the coffee.
Sheshe.
Yes, asking Esiedin Kwetia for the evidence. And he couldn't provide it. He couldn't substantiate that percentage they said they won the election with. And then you know what they did? They said, oh, we can't provide the election. We didn't win the elections. But we are also saying that the NPP didn't win the elections. What are the numbers? Oh, we don't know. But quash the election. Supreme Court said, no, it doesn't work like that. Then the NDC proceeded further. Oh, we want the EC to give us the evidence. EC, give us the evidence. It doesn't work like that. So, Randy, the point that I'm making is that the NDC has every right to raise concerns about the provisional register. But you must do so in the laid down conventions and processes and within the regulations. Now you say that we should do an audit, a forensic audit. Who determines what audit should be done? If the NDC wants to do forensic audit, what if the NPP wants another audit done? Who determines? Now, if yesterday someone read to me the details of the number 1, the forensic audit. They are not just asking for audit of the register. They are even asking for audit of the IT systems. If what I heard is correct.
Yes.
So now you've moved from just the register. We are now at the register. You are saying that we should go back and audit the systems.
You don't get the reason for the IT system.
Provide me the
okay, so this is a biometric register.
Okay.
And there are footprints.
Okay.
So, for example, if you take the case of Pusiga where they said that it was done by their officer, what it means is that
there was a login.
People at even the district level can go into the system and effect some changes. Now, the footprints will tell you when people logged in and when they effected those things, the footprints. And the footprints can only be done if you do an audit of the IT system. So, for example, if we had the period for registration, what did the one we did recently, what's the name?
The limited registration.
The limited registration. If there was a period, let's say 1st to 7th, the login will clearly tell you when these things were done.
Okay.
If you have a period, if you have, let's say, the transfer of votes, there's a period.
Okay.
Any login into the system will tell you when the person's actually logged in to effect those transfers. So that is how come the issue of, you cannot divorce the issue of the audit of the IT system from the register.
For me, I still don't see the point. But that is the argument they are making. I still don't see the point of it. The bottom line is that you cannot send anybody on a fishing expedition. If you claim to have evidence, provide the evidence. Randy, why are we not insisting on the NDC providing the evidence they claim to have? Why are we allowing the NDC to repeat the same mess they did at the Supreme Court? Where they went to the streets, demonstrated, said all manner of things, only to get to court to be told that, oh, we don't have evidence. Let them provide the evidence. Once they provide the evidence, the EC, the NDC, and all other stakeholders will participate in making sure whatever errors are in the register are removed. Now, all these things that they are asking for, we have how many days? 82 or so? Bro, do you know how long these processes are going to take? Have you done any computation on how long these processes, the 7 processes you've outlined, are going to take? Maybe we should know. Because how long is it going to take to do a forensic audit of the register? How long is it going to take to do that stakeholder engagement? We should know. And then it says findings of audit to be published. That one should be very simple. And then it says re-exhibition of the audited register. So what if we do that audited register and re-exhibit it? And Kofi Tonto finds an error with that re-exhibited. How long do I have as Kofi Tonto for that error to be corrected?
But don't you have a right?
I have a right.
A constitutional right.
I have a right.
Tonto.
I have every
Once
right.
you have
every
opted to go and register.
Yes.
For you not to be disenfranchised. If you decide that I'm not going to register and you sit in your house, that's fine.
I have every right, Randy.
Yes.
But we are working. I'm not saying, that's why, you see, I made my argument very clearly. I said they have a right to do what they are doing. But I'm asking that right must ensure that the general right of Ghanaians on December 7th is not disenfranchised. In the sense that, how long is it going to take for all of these things to be done in time for the election to happen?
But shouldn't we be interested? You see, because the Electoral Commission has a mandate, a constitutional mandate. The Electoral Commission has no right. If I,
the Electoral Commission
has no right. If I decide to exercise my constitutional
duty, responsibility,
they have no right to disenfranchise me.
Of course, absolutely.
So it doesn't matter whether we are 1 million or it is just me.
It needs to be corrected.
Yes.
So you can exercise your constitutional right.
So that's the point I'm making.
Yes.
So when we talk about time and when would this be done and all that, it's like we're saying that...
No, Randy, you can't take time out. That is why in the process, every aspect of it is given a timeline. Because ultimately we are working with a time, which is December 7th.
Are you saying because of time the wrong things should be done?
I've never said that. You are saying that.
I'm asking you. Because you keep talking about time.
No. My brother, I asked a specific question.
The right things have to be done.
No.
Irrespective of the time it's going to take.
Bro, Osman, you didn't listen to me well. I said that I'm all for the right things being done. Exactly. But it will be helpful for us to know that per your computations, how long is it going to take to do all these 7 things? Do I also not have a right as a Ghanaian to know? So you think you should come and tell me that we should do 7 audits? After you finish your 7 audits, I raise 10 audits, 10 queries. I also have a right for those 10 queries to be done. After we finish my 10 queries, Randy also raises 3 queries. Randy also has a right. How are we going to end it? Because it's a constitutional right. There ought to be some limitation to what we are doing. And that's why it says...
Limitation on the basis of what?
Limitation on the basis that whatever we are doing must fall within a time frame. And that is why when we are registering, we don't say that because you have a right to register, you can register anytime. There are dates on when you can register. There are dates when the register is closed. So if you don't take advantage of it, your right is forfeited. So I am saying that the regulations give us timeline ab initio, and we have to work within that timeline. So if we leave for everybody to say that I want to insist on this to be done or that to be done, we go into the realm of absurdities. So you need to be able to tell us, These are the 7 queries. In our estimation, it will take two weeks, 1 month. And we feel that's within enough time frame for us to still be able to conduct the election on December 7th.
Are you suggesting that if for any reason,
if
this is going to take, let's say, 2 months, you say that for reasons of the period to get this thing done, it should be discarded?
No. If it's, let's say, the ND says that it's going to take 2 months, then that's where you have IPAC and all these institutions. They said, okay, NDC, you've raised cogent points. You have 7 things you want to be done. But we ought to meet at a middle ground.
Who should be
the stakeholders?
Who should be speaking what you're saying? Who should be saying that?
The EC can lead that discussion.
Okay.
The EC can lead that discussion with participants, all other stakeholders. So NDC, 2 months, clearly, that's 60 days. If we look at the time left, we may not be able to achieve the 60 days. So we can do number 1 for you, we can do number 2, but maybe number 3 will be difficult. You know, there ought to be some consensus. Then, because the whole thing about IPAC and everything is about consensus building. You just read here that CSO said that the NDC should go back to the table, right? I think I heard you read something from the newspapers that the CSOs are suggesting go back and have consensus building. So it's about consensus. Never has any political party achieved everything they are looking for from the EC. Never. When we raised issues and we went to court, the Supreme Court ruled on it. When we went to the Justice Crabb Committee, I also got a copy of it yesterday. I'm now going to read it.
Yes.
I think the conclusion was that the EC must do certain things, that they have what it takes inherently to correct certain errors. Raised issues of 580,000 names. So go and correct it. Supreme Court said, EC, all the persons who registered with NHIS, delete and make sure you give them the opportunity to re-register. These are all consensus building. So you don't impose on the EC that we must do these 7 things necessarily. And if we don't do it, so that generally is my issue. Now, 1, you have a right. 2, provide evidence of what you claim to be the issues. And then 3, be reasonable within your demands to ensure that we don't disenfranchise the general election, which we all have a constitutional right to, so that we can do it in the most peaceful and amicable way.
All right, let's take a break. We're back to
where there's doom, so that.
Do you know someone who's making a difference in your community? Someone whose selfless actions and dedication to helping others deserves recognition? Then it's time to celebrate these incredible individuals on MTN Heroes of Change.
It's time to nominate those selfless individuals to win 100,000 Ghana cedis and other cash prizes and be crowned MTN Hero of Change. You can also nominate a blogger or someone in the digital space and any of the media houses to win our new category of Digital Hero and Media Hero of Change. Just fill an online nomination form at mtn.com.gh or send a WhatsApp with a 1-minute video of your nominee's project on 055-141-1122. Deadline for nominations is 18th October 2024, so don't waste time. Nominate your hero now.
MTN Heroes of Change. Be the change you wish to see.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected.
Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Choose the perfect prize for you every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes, all to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Using Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture. Brought to you by Koa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company. Proudly made in Ghana. Formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Koa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Koa MT Mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Koa MT Mixture. Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Koa MT Mixture. Choose Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244-726611 or 0591-565-778. This advert is
anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
The patch of Bantama.
Matias. A smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Jidi said we used to Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
Let's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onium Jom Kasan Kasan Kasan. Cal 360 did the work. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling when you know Cal 360 toothpaste. Happy.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
In today's modern world, stairs are a challenge, especially for our elderly and those with health concerns. Navigating them can be difficult and even dangerous, but there's a safer way to move vertically. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, your answer to a more accessible and secure vertical transportation. Our elevators and escalators, including top-of-the-line pneumatic vacuum elevators, Fuji elevators and escalators, offer a safer and more convenient alternative, eliminating the risks of stairs and enhancing accessibility for homes, businesses, and hospitals. Choose safety and convenience with Lifts and Elevators Limited Company. Elevate your spaces today. For more information, visit our website at www.elevatorsgh.org or call now on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, the elevator people.
Welcome to Rehoboth Havens, a tranquil oasis in the serene surroundings of Aye Mensa Danfa. Discover Sand Bay, our 3-bedroom homes that redefine comfort and affordability, along with cozy 2-bedroom options that make you feel right at home. Designed with your family's safety, comfort, and convenience in mind, these homes offer a blend of luxury and practicality. Imagine living in a space where every corner feels like home. Your dream home is closer than you think. Experience the perfect balance of serenity and city life at Ayemensa Danfa. Ready to make your housing dream a reality? Visit us today at 145 North Legon, Accra, or call us at +233 553 751 933 or +233 206 823 524. For our UK clients, you can reach us on +44 190 853 3149 or +44 791 737 6631. Visit www.rehobothsocialhousing.com to learn more. Rehoboth Social Housing, where your housing dream become a reality.
The luckiest.
Star 712#.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you can get 8K. Get that packing from your one line. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
Hey, yo, we'll be ready. We have star 712. It's a phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now, welcome to the luckiest. And I'm with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Oh.
Let me choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4. Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Hey,
there we are. Tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and prepare. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. T&Cs apply.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Now, with Betway, you're guaranteed to get more chances to play. Betway's Pick Your Prize lets you choose your preferred promotion to make the perfect sports bet every week, from payout boost to cashback. Plus, you would also stand a chance to choose your own prize, from vouchers to electronics and a grand prize of an airline ticket. Visit betway.com.gh to find out more. Terms and conditions apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. And enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing the stairs when not exercising could be challenging irrespective of your age. But worry no more. Lift and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices, and guess what? It can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in and they come in 3 custom-made models. It's affordable and can be stored within 3 days. Visit Lift and Elevators at Sakuman or just call them on 0200-535-515 or send a mail to elevatorsgh@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movement. Okay, I still have me on the show, Osman Ayariga and then Kofi Tonto. But it's the birthday of Pastor Anthony Kujo, head pastor ICGC Calvary Temple, Spintex Road. So it's from your congregant Annie here, and I'm sure that your entire congregant. So happy birthday to you, Pastor Anthony Kujo. It's also your birthday, the legal practitioner, and I will say happy birthday to you, Council, and we hope the very best for you. Osman, I saw you taking notes. When,
yes, most especially with the issue of evidence. Tonto keeps going round and round and round about provide the evidence. But what I want him to know is that we in the NDC, we are not like him. and his party, most especially him, he's usually in the business of casting baseless accusations. And when no, it's not personal. But I just want us to also set the issues. Oh, but Tonto, you're in the business of casting accusations at people. When you are asked when you are asked, then you run like a dog with your tail between your thighs to apologize. I mean, there are issues of that nature. Have you forgotten the issue of you writing an apology to the lawyers of Madam Lodina? I mean, all those are there. So please, let's focus on that. Yes, we'll focus on that. But I'm not getting personal. But if you decide to tell the NDC, no. If you decide to tell the NDC that we do not have the facts or we do not have the evidence, when in this country, no,
I've heard the Electoral Commission
yes
also say that they asked you to give them the evidence, what you speak about, and you have not given it to them.
Yes. First things first. Yes. The first issue we raised was the issue of transfer of names without the persons being there.
Yes.
Absentee transfers.
Yes.
The EC said it was not possible. We came out with the evidence and proved 38 illegal transfers.
Okay.
The case of Pusiga. We spoke about the fact that some names were being deleted from the register. The EC again said it was not possible. We're able to prove 3,957 names were deleted.
You provided
yes, we provided them with the evidence. And we are telling you that aside from that, we have more. In addition to that, if you look at just Central Region alone, if you look at the computation of the figures and the discrepancies, the headquarters has a figure of transfers of 71,828.
Headquarters of?
Electoral Commission headquarters.
Okay.
However, if you put all the figures together within the Central Region at their various district offices, the transfers amount to 36,311. with a difference of 35,517. So you realize that these issues cut across, and these are the figures we are putting together with the evidence. And we are telling you that in this current state and the posture of the EC, prior to us even raising these allegations, we do not trust the EC to do a perfect job, even if we provide them with the evidence that go and clean the register. The EC only comes out by just telling us word of mouth that we have done it, we have done it. And we are saying that we do not trust that you will do it. So let us sit together, let us sit as stakeholders. You as all political parties, Tonto's political party, APC, PNC, independent candidates, let us sit and audit the register. It is in the interest of every Ghanaian for us to have a clean register so that we go into a peaceful election. We do not go into a chaotic election. This is all we are asking for. Why is it a problem for other political parties? Unless, of course, people are going to benefit from this register that has so many discrepancies in it. 300,000 people are likely to be disenfranchised, and people think that for the sake of time, and you know, it's we don't have the time. Is it going to take 2 weeks? Is it going to take 3 weeks? Is it going to take 2 days? Come on.
But is that also not?
It's better we waste time to rectify.
No, is that also not important because the election date is fixed, and so obviously we also need to know how any such audit will impact on the election. It's at least comforting to know. We should know.
Absolutely. But if the EC itself has not even agreed in principle that yes,
no, you don't get my point. At least okay. So I've read. I'd wanted to speak with him, but of course the time difference. We're not Professor Kwekwasari, who has spoken about the audit, and he actually has a post. And let me see if I can find it. He actually outlines, you know, he's also a professor of accounting.
Accounting, yes.
Yes, he actually outlines a period that he believes would be sufficient to do. So this is what he says. He says, I want to read this. So we get it. He says, Afrobarometer says 2 out of 3 Ghana 4 don't trust the EC. Gogo calls for an urgent parliamentary resolution to appoint an auditor to audit the voter registration system and provide a report by October 15. The purpose of the audit is to restore public confidence in the electoral process, calm the political temperature, and forestall needless future litigation and disputes. Terms of reference. Objective: to assess and to recommend mechanisms to enhance the accuracy, completeness, integrity, privacy, and transparency of the voters' register. Scope: 1. Review the voter registration process, transfer process, and voter details update processes, and recommend improvements. 2. Assess the accuracy of the register of voters in terms of completeness of the details of voters' data, matching of voters' details, biometrics, to the voter, occurrence of multiple entries and existence of deceased voters. So you can read it with us. 3, ensure that all voter transfers between constituencies or polling stations were valid, confirmed by the voters themselves and initiated by them rather than unauthorized parties. 4, verify that only authorized personnel have access to the voters register and that no transfer or modification can be initiated without the explicit consent of the voter involved. 5, confirm that newly added voters meet eligibility requirements. 6, identify and eliminate any duplicate entries, including multiple registrations by the same individual. 7, cross-check the register to remove names of deceased individuals. 8, validate the biometric voter verification system to ensure all registered voters have valid, unique biometric data. 9, propose specific actions and reforms to improve the accuracy, transparency, and fairness of the voters register, including the measures to ensure voters' rights and the integrity of the system. Now I move to timeline. It says the audit must be completed by October 15. All recommendations must be implemented by October 30. Auditor must confirm implementation by November 5. Public disclosure. The final audit report must be made public to ensure full transparency and accountability. Compliance with legal and ethical standards. The audit must comply with all relevant election laws and international best practices related to data privacy, voter rights, and electoral integrity. Okay, so he says that this is his timeline. Audit must be completed by October 15. All recommendations must be implemented by October 30. Auditor must confirm implementation by November 5.
Perfect. So we're still within the timelines of the elections. So clearly, the auditing can be done. Now, the question is, why is the EC just being recalcitrant? Why is the EC being adamant? So far as this audit is concerned, we all want to go into this election with a credible register. We do not want to engage in any form of people being unable to vote. We do not want to envisage that on election day, you have about 300,000 who will be unable to vote. And mind you, it may just get chaotic if political parties realize that on voting day, a political party shows that I've been disenfranchised to a tune of over 300,000 votes. What then will be the remedy on election day, voting day, when tensions are high? So we all are putting this together so that we can avert a future occurrence of chaos. Simple. That is what we are trying to do. I do not know why it has become an issue for everyone, with the EC, with the MPP, with other political parties who have also joined. Some political parties have joined the fact that we need to audit the register. We need a clean register. As simple as that. Randy, I just do not understand why today the EC director takes that position, that she doesn't think the register should be audited. And this is her own statement, October 2015, 28th October. Engage independent body to audit register, Madam Jean Mensah. In 2015, 9 years ago, Madam Jean Mensah was asking for an independent audit of the electoral register when discrepancies were raised to a tune of 76,000 names. Today, we are talking about 300,000 names, and the same Madam Jean Mensah is quiet about it. What is she hiding? Who seeks to benefit from it? Who is at the benefiting side of this register? Let us clean the register. That's all the NDC is asking for. Nothing more, nothing less. If at the end of the day, we come out and the register is clean, the NDC goes into the election, and we know the NDC would win the next general election. And that is clear. Unless, of course, with the current state of the register, some people are assured that it will inure to their victory, but we believe that we must clean the register, and it must be clean well. There must be an audit, and at the end of the day, we all can lead or move into a very peaceful election, as simple as A, B, C. Issues of time, we do not know how long it's going to take, we don't know when it's going to start, we don't know when it's going to end. Let us even agree in principle that we want to audit the register. Then we can now go into the modalities and even the timing. If people have to work 24/7, people have to work 24 hours to make sure that the register is audited. We will work 24 hours to make sure the register is audited because we have to go into an election and we need to go into a peaceful election. We need to go into an election that everybody believes that the main document that we're going to go into the election with is clean and ready or fit for purpose, because it's out of that same electoral register that we are going to print ballot papers. It's out of that electoral register that people are going to vote. So how then do you go into an election knowing that the electoral register itself is faulty? It's not fit for purpose. That is not possible.
Okay, all right. So your mate at the law school, Dr. Tony Obin, says hi.
You do football with him.
He moved from HR to law, yeah.
Yes, he was my classmate.
Yeah, he's a very good friend.
My senior classmate. That's what we used to call it.
I always admire people who have the courage to
as soon as every time any lecturer gets into the class,
very difficult.
Crazy.
When I was doing my masters, with such a busy schedule, it was one of the most difficult things.
Yes.
So I definitely commend people like that.
Right.
Anytime anyone
so Randy,
they greeted Tony Obin first before the rest of us because he was a senior man in the class.
Randy,
yes.
Isn't it interesting that it takes Professor Azan to be the one to provide timelines?
To do what?
To provide timelines. Give us a simulation in his estimation what the timelines should be. So what stops them as a political party in the submission of your request to also add that? And I'm glad that you brought it up, that it is important to understand that we are working with a timeline and everything we do must work within that timeline. It is very, very important. And the issue of we don't trust the Electoral Commission, we don't trust the Electoral Commission. Look, I for one don't speak for the Electoral Commission. If the Electoral Commission does anything wrong, I'll condemn it as I have done in the past. They've taken certain decisions and I've openly criticized the Electoral Commission for doing such, and I cited it earlier. But if a political party is going to raise issues on trust, then that person or the group must be credible in raising that argument. I've told you countless times that you went to court, you failed to provide evidence. And you see, there's something that the chairman of their party said, quite instructive. He said that in 2015, any party that takes the Electoral Commission to court and loses cannot be said to be more credible than the Electoral Commission. He was referencing the fact that we took the Electoral Commission to court and lost the 2012 Supreme Court case. That since we took the Electoral Commission to court and lost, we cannot claim to be more credible than the Electoral Commission. And if there is anybody to be trusted, then it is the Electoral Commission. Let's apply the same logic of Esiedun Ketia. The MDC went to court and lost to the Electoral Commission. So per his logic, if there is anybody to be trusted, then it is the Electoral Commission, not the NDC. I just wanted to put this out there, that this is the standard they've set. Per their own standard, they can't be trusted. So if there is issue of trust, it is you, per your own standard. For me...
But with respect to this particular case, Kofi.
Yeah.
With respect to this particular case, it is the NDC that told us. In fact, but for the NDC's thing, I didn't know that a district officer at the EC will be able to enter the EC system and effect the transfer. I was shocked when I heard it. That a person at the district, a district officer of the EC, can have access to the EC system to effect a transfer of voters from a district outside his district, his region, to another region. And for me, that was crazy. It was alarming. What it means is that anybody, an EC officer sitting at, let's say, Ladade Kotopo, can go into their system and transfer people from where is your constituency?
Bekwai.
Bekwai.
Yeah.
Can go into the EC system and effect transfers from Bekwai to Ladade Kotopo.
In the absence of the person.
Yes. How?
You see, Randy.
And the EC confirms that indeed this is true. However, it was done by our officer. What does it tell us?
Randy, you see, and that's why I've said that I'm not sitting here to speak for the EC. If the EC does anything that will jeopardize the election that we are going to, I will condemn it and do so publicly. And I've done it before. I will never sit here that the EC is a perfect institution without flaws. I think the EC has done certain things that shows that it is indeed a human institution and has the potential to commit errors. And that is why we have stakeholders engagement within the processes, where when these issues come up, they are resolved. So your issue certainly alarming, and they must be resolved.
Yes, because my issue is that how do you have a system where how many districts do we have in Ghana? Over 200.
261, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all these 261 persons can enter into the EC system and effect transfers from outside their jurisdiction. How?
That's what I'm saying.
So how many more procedures are there?
You see, Randy, that's why I'm saying that the concerns the NDC is raising, generally as a political party, they have a right to raise that concern. So if the NDC feels that there's a particular issue, they can raise that concern. I have enumerated my challenges with their position, and I've done so ad nauseum. So I think that is very, very clear. Lastly, you see, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he's someone that I like so much, you know, because for me, he's done his bit, and that's why he needs to stay home as a statesman. So, why are you laughing? But he said certain things. One of them, he said, and this was President Mahama at April 2016 quarterly meeting with the Council of State. I think that our electoral processes has inherent safeguards in it that any serious political party that can ensure it policies that election can ensure the integrity of the election. Inherent safeguards. This is not me saying it. This is somebody who has contested for the elections on 3 occasions. This will be is it the 4th occasion? So he knows the processes. And he has stated that we have inherent safeguards. And so there's nothing to be worried about. So why the worry now? Now, let's go to Honorable Esiedin Ketia. I have indicated that there is a process for deleting deceased persons. In this case, he was referencing the issues on deceased persons. One of the reasons...
You know, Doctor, I earlier made this statement. You see, I can predict that when you finish, Osman will also take us through what Nana Akufo-Addo said, what your then General Secretary said, what this person said, what that person said, as against what is being said today. My issue is that there are issues right before us. Why don't we focus and deal with them?
But we are dealing with them.
Because you see, the position that is being held today, I'm saying that as you quote what John Mahama and others have said, I can predict that he is also going to quote Nana Akufo-Addo and everybody else. What they said then now. What does that take us?
You can feel free. The reason why I had to bring this up, because I even alluded to it earlier, that I have a list.
Tonto, what is your position on the 38 transfers? What is your position on the deleting of 3,957?
My position.
What is your position?
My position, bro. I stated my position.
You keep going
clearly, you didn't listen.
Said this.
No, you didn't listen.
Said this.
Osman, you didn't listen. I've stated my position so many times. My position is that it is possible that there are issues with the register.
So on this matter, you agree. I'm coming. On this matter, you agree we provided evidence.
Provided what evidence?
Provided to who? To the 38 names.
To who?
to the EC.
You are talking about 300,000 plus. You are talking about 30.
I'm stating it case by case for you to understand.
So where is the list for the 243,000? Where's the list?
Simple question.
Where's the list?
I'm asking you.
Where's
a
the list
simple
for the
question.
50,000? Where's the list for the 15,000? Please.
I mean, I'm saying that let us have a stakeholders meeting. Let us have the auditor. They will provide you with a list of over 300,000. We'll provide you with everything, and let us go into the register and clean the register. When we raised the first issues, you denied it, and we've proven beyond reasonable doubt that there are discrepancies within the register.
You mean the EC denied?
Yes, the EC. Oh, sorry, I added it to the EC. No, it's not part of the EC.
But you see, when I said it earlier, you said I was accusing you. No, you've made it clear that you want to associate us to the EC. We are not.
But you seem to be defending it.
I've not defended the EC.
If you are objective, you and your party, you
are objective.
You seem
criticize the EC here. Randy, have I not? Have I defended the EC here? I haven't. Unless you want to be diabolic. I have not.
No, not at all.
I have not.
Not at all.
I have not. I have made my position clear that if you claim to have evidence, show the evidence. So all of us can see. We will not allow for you to take us on another wild goose chase. Like you did in the Supreme Court. You can't do that.
Tonto, assuming that there were no other infractions apart from the one that the EC has confirmed that its district elections officer could go into its system in Pusiga. Pusiga is upper east. Could go into its system and transfer votes from
South.
Northern region in Tamale South to Pusiga. That occurrence alone
should be a worry to you.
Does it even not make a case for an audit of the system? Because how many more? First of all, which system should allow electoral officers at the district level to be able to access the system and transfer votes without the consent of the voters?
You see, Randy, what is the attendant effect of that decision the young person took?
Well, I don't know.
There were illegal transfers, right?
What?
The attendant effect of his decision was that there were illegal transfers. Is that not so? What he did, whatever he did, what was the consequence?
To disenfranchise people.
By doing what? Illegally transferring them to wrong places. Is that not so?
Yes.
Exactly. What does the exhibition do? The exhibition is to identify these very same things we are talking about.
Yes.
So where is the challenge? The exhibition will identify any wrong transfers that have been done.
So you see, so I told you that, for example, your party's director of elections.
Oh, Randy,
No. But you're not here representing the NDC.
I'm representing the MPP.
Yes. So why would you say that? Your party has put out an official position on the matter.
Okay.
Your director of elections was called to speak to an NDC call, and he reiterated the position of your party.
Okay.
How is that irrelevant to the discussion?
No, I'm saying that. Okay, I'll go and ask him.
No, I'm saying, how is that relevant to the discussion?
I'm saying that
it cannot be. And in speaking to the issue, you are representing your political party. Are you not?
Yes, I am. Okay, so what's the argument?
My point is that he says, in fact, as on the Monday, he says that you have not identified anything. And that as far as you're concerned, what the EC gave you is providing you with information on people who are eligible to vote. So that your focus will be to reach out to them and get them to vote for you. That's what he says.
Okay, I'll take your
now
word.
The point I'm making is that, look, if you take the historical data, you do not have more than 60%, and this will be
60% what?
60% of persons registered going to the exhibition to check their votes historically.
Okay. So you mean that the exhibition turnout is low?
Yes, I mean the 60%. I'm sure that I've even given an upper limit. Yes. So I've been saying that let's even say some say it's 40, some say it's 30. I have done so I have gone to check. So that's
before the text message.
And when I went, everything was fine.
Even for me, you have to maybe check it on the phone because traveling to.
So my point is that even if you checked on the phone, so I asked the question yesterday. If you checked on the phone and it was wrong, how many people will go the next step of perhaps going to Bekwai. You are Bekwai,
yeah,
but you live and work in Accra.
Yeah.
You did the 50 pesos, you checked, and you found an anomaly. Yeah. How many of such persons
will have the
will even go there to go and do it?
I get your point.
My point is that how can we have a system when we say, when the EC says that the system has integrity, is robust, is this, is that? How can you refer to a system where an officer at the district level, not commissioner at headquarters or regional director, at the district level, can enter into a system and effect the transfer of peoples outside his region from a different constituency into his constituency, his district?
Yeah.
How do you call a system like that?
No, I get what you are saying, that there was a breach,
it's a weak system,
and that breach definitely poses a concern.
So how many of such breaches
exist or do not exist? But the good news is that John Dramani Mahama has told us that there are inherent safeguards in the system. Why are you laughing? It is your own boss who said it, that the EC has inherent safeguards. Look, Randy, let me say this one more time.
At the time John Mahama made that statement, EC directors could not sit in the comfort of their offices.
Yeah, at the time he made the statement, nothing was happening. Nothing bad was happening at the EC. Nothing bad was happening at the EC.
EC director in Pusiga, not sit in Pusiga and transfer names of people from Tamalisa into Pusiga. Let us deal with the issues. We keep going back, and John Mahama said this. Yes, we need to safeguard the inheritance, but you need to understand what we are faced with now.
Can I talk? I'm very surprised that you can even make such a statement. Are you saying that at the time he made that comment, there weren't any issues with the Electoral Commission? What are you talking about?
Issues.
What today's issues? We are talking about issues
at the time you made that statement.
Please.
Could electoral directors within the district transfer names of people without their notice, without their presence, in their absence, from one region to another?
I have a story here.
Was that possible?
I'll look for the story. Please let me.
Was that possible? That's the question.
Can I talk?
The time he made that statement,
Randy,
could you transfer people from one region into another region without their consent?
Osman, there are so many challenges with the Electoral Commission. It doesn't have to be the one that you prefer to state. I can state other challenges with the Electoral Commission. Yet, your leader said that there are inherent safeguards. So don't limit it to one particular thing and say that that particular thing didn't exist, which is even untrue. And then use that basis to put away everything that I'm saying. The point of the matter is this. Randy, and I'll say the last time, we can move on to the next topic. The EC must do everything necessary to ensure that the process is free and fair for all of us. The NDC has a right to raise concerns, but those concerns must come with the requisite evidence so we can do whatever we have to do and do so appropriately.
Okay.
And by the way, there's a correction that he is saying that he told Asase that as of the time of the interview.
That's why I said Monday.
Yeah, as of the time of the interview.
He did the interview before Monday.
No, I don't know. But the point is that there could be.
No, but
we are not.
In all my statements, I said that.
Yeah.
He said as at the Monday when he was granting the interview. I made that point. Anytime I refer to him,
Monday,
I make the point that as at Monday when he granted the interview,
he would love to speak to the issue. So if your producers can engage.
No, is he saying that he didn't say what we said?
No. I think it would be best for him to explain
himself.
I've read to you what he said.
What did he say?
I'm saying that what he said.
Please read to us. Yes.
I told Asasi Radio that as of the time of the interview, that we have not received any reports of infractions from our polling station officers.
But that's exactly what I said.
That's
exactly what I said.
So that's what he is.
Did I say anything different?
Well, I guess.
No, Tonto, you are here with me. Have I said anything different from what you have said?
You have said it. And he's also saying it. So, Randy.
No, Tonto, the question I asked him is what you read. Did I say anything different?
And he wants to expand on his argument. I think it's only fair, Randy.
You don't answer the question.
I've read the thing.
It's a yes or no.
What you read is what I said.
Is it different?
Is it different?
And I'm saying
yes or no.
We say call him to us.
Yes or no.
You can what
is it? So you've given the EC 1 week. Yes. What happens after the 1 week?
276.
You demonstrate again?
Yes.
Oh.
But we are hoping that the EC would at least see wisdom in what we are saying, because we all want to go into this election with a credible register. So we don't expect Madam Jane Mensah to continue to act as though she's an extension of the MPP headquarters. When I say that, Tonto has a problem with it. But
all right, guys.
No.
Your brother Kojo Chum said I must read his message.
Which message is that?
Yes, he says I should read it to you. That Jane Mensah is not only an MPP foot soldier. She's a generational.
What is this?
Don't read it.
Why are you doing that?
I'm reading a message from someone.
Hey, Randy, you were sitting here talking about when Mahama said that there were no issues. Even Charlotte Osei herself.
But I wanted us to do the story of NAPCO.
Unfortunately, we don't have time. We need to go. That council should help for them to be paid. Kofi is here, so Kofi will carry the message there for them. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me. Up next, Metro Sports.
The entire house. We have the entire house.